On Fox Sports Net from Redbird Arena on the campus of Illinois State University, the girls Class AA Finals of the Illinois High School Association Tournament 2000. The Bison of Buffalo Grove against the Minute Women of Washington. Well, welcome back to Redbird. Week 2 of the original March Madness builds to a crescendo here with Class AA championship action. We've got Buffalo Grove, the Bison, against the Minute Women of Chicago, Washington. Hello again, everybody. I'm Mike Liederman, joined by Yvonne Simmons. Mitch Robinson will be again on the sidelines with us. Interesting semifinals today. One team is going to win its first state title for a couple of veteran coaches who are really going to enjoy this one.
Right, again, we're looking at a rematch. Buffalo Grove, they need to keep the ball moving on offense, get back in transition and control the tempo. Again, they need to really look for a team effort this evening.
Buffalo Grove knocked off Fenwick in the semifinal, a team that was rated the top team in the Chicago area by USA Today. So that said, you think they'd be comfortable and coast home against Washington? Well, not exactly, because Washington is a team on a mission, knocking off Marshall in the Public League to win the Public League, but coming here winning its semifinal against a seasoned Galesburg team.
Well, Washington has a very aggressive style of play. They get transition, go down for easy baskets, and they also have offensive rebounding. They're very outstanding. They have two players in Williams and Hill that Buffalo Grove is going to have to concentrate on. It's going to leave some openings for other players.
Two players for Coach Tom Deneen and the Bison going to have to come up big tonight. 24, Lindsay Hammer, and she's at 5'7". Kendra Ryle at 6'1", the big player in the middle. She certainly has got a lot to do to stop Washington.
Hammer put together a nice afternoon. She was 2 of 4 from the three-point line for 10 points and 6 rebounds. Hammer, Guth, and Mead all in the perimeter. They're going to have to take care of the basketball. Washington steals the ball in the backcourt, which makes for easy layups going to the other end.
Washington, a treat to watch. As we said, they dethroned Public League champion Marshall to get downstate. Then they came through this Elite 8 tournament in fine style. They're in good shape tonight, but watch a couple of guards. They are Ashley Austin, number 15, Leslie Hill, a recruit for the University of Minnesota. She's number 20.
Austin really could have a big evening because, like I said, Hill and Williams are the people they're going to be focused on. They'll probably get double teamed. So Austin, if she can get herself open, get her shot off, they say she has one of the best shots he has seen. She can get that shot off. She had 21 points the first time they met Buffalo Grove. She could be the key to the evening for Washington.
Washington's coach is Willie Bird. He's been here before, way back in 1991. He got to the Elite 8, finished 4th. He had Tangela Smith on that team. And, of course, Tangela Smith has gone on to outstanding careers in both college and pro ball. But this team, he says, is better, and he's got a couple of players, he said, who may be better than Tangela.
Well, you know, I'm not going to comment on that. All I know is that this team has really been preparing for this all year long, and they beefed up, like we said earlier, their schedule. They played in some tournaments this year, so they have the back-to-back game situations, late game, early morning game. They've learned from those, and that is why they're here today.
Oh, it's going to be quite an endurance contest. 3 games in the space of about 36 hours. So which team will win? Which team will survive? We'll see all that right here. We'll have the opening tip, the starting lineups, you name it. We've got it here at Redbird Arena when we come back on Fox Sports Net. Both teams back on the floor here at Redbird. They didn't have much rest, especially Buffalo Grove, which played the later game this afternoon. But they're quite happy. Everybody's working on adrenaline, including our buddy on the sidelines, Mr. Adrenaline himself. Here's Mitch Robinson.
That's right. I just ran up and down the stairs, Mike, to get ready for this. Two teams didn't play their best game in the semifinal, expecting a better game in the final. Let's see how they've reached our Class 2A state championship game, starting with the Buffalo Grove Bisons. Libertyville, a 10-point win in the sectionals. Then they get past Stevenson by a point and a 3-point win over Barrington. In the quarters, a nice win over Thornwood, and then this afternoon, the 45-34 victory. As for Washington, as we said, they have been on a mission. They beat Fenger High School by 50. They beat Dunbar by 3, then the 3-point win over the defending state champion Marshall team. Over Jersey, 73-48, and then their win, 54-45 over Galesburg. In that game, it wasn't until midway through the third quarter when they began to assert themselves and really take over. They hope to continue that. Willie Bird has that look of intensity going, as do his girls, but Buffalo Grove has something to say of their own. For now, over to Mike and Yvonne.
Okay, Mitch. Willie Bird has been coaching for 12 years at Washington. Tom Dineen, 21 years at the same location, and that being Buffalo Grove. There you see Willie Bird, elementary school teacher as his day job, but obviously loves the sport, has coached boys basketball and girls, and has taken now 2 teams down to the Elite Eight. Tom Dineen, well, he got to the state finals his first year, and until this year hadn't won a game in the Elite Eight since. He finished 4th in 1980, and now he's in the finals too. The Hyundai keys to victory, Yvonne.
Take a look at Buffalo Grove, limit the turnovers. Again, we talked about the pressure by Washington, so they're going to have to control the basketball again with the controlling the tempo. They keep the pace of the game, they should be in good shape, and rebounding is really going to be key. Williams, Flournoy, and also Hill going to the boards. For Washington, they showed this afternoon that they could have patience on offense. They need to do that again, stay aggressive on defense, but going along with that is staying out of foul trouble.
Well, Washington played the first semifinal this morning, and they went up against Galesburg. Galesburg, a team that a lot of folks thought might win this thing. It's a team that had been to 5 straight Elite Eights, had finished second a year ago to Marshall. They were primed, a senior lineup that had been intact. Well, Washington turned on the juice midway in the second half, and the game was basically over, 54-45. Really, Galesburg had a 12-point lead early in that one.
I think the difference in that game was the first half, the ball wasn't falling for Washington. They knew they could beat Galesburg. They came on in the second half and just executed their game plan.
Leslie Hill, only 5 of 15 from the field, but Leslie Hill for Washington really makes this team go. We told you she's going to Minnesota as a recruit there. Going to a program, interestingly enough, she picked Minnesota because the program is in the bottom of the Big Ten. She figures she can help elevate it. Well, she certainly helped elevate this club in high school. She's
very competitive. She's a 3-sport athlete. She plays volleyball. They were undefeated in the volleyball season, and then she also plays in softball. So she has a competitive spirit. She knows she wants to win. She knows she can lead this ball club, and at any point in the game, she can take it over.
This is a team that has also played together for a long time. DeJeanette Flournoy, one of the forwards here, is going to come to Illinois State next year as a recruit here. But you're going to watch this little guard. She's a sophomore, Ashley Austin, probably the nicest release you'll see of any high school player. She just sits there on the perimeter, and she can just fire.
Bird says she really has one of the best shots he's seen in his program, and he's had a lot of great players come through there, so that's quite a compliment.
And if Marshall got surprised by Washington, although a lot of folks didn't think it was a surprise, ditto Buffalo Grove. Fenwick was supposed to be able to take Buffalo Grove, if not easily, then take them rather handily. Even though Buffalo Grove had come close in an overtime loss during the regular season, this time, though, Buffalo Grove really turned the tables. Fenwick just could never get out of the blocks.
Right, and I think that's really what made the difference. There was confidence there by Buffalo Grove. Yes, they did get beat before, but it was only by 2 points. Really one of the toughest games that Fenwick had throughout the season. So they knew, again, that they could do it. It was executing their game plan. A couple key players really stepped up, and they were able to win that basketball game, and they deserve to be here.
Well, 3 of those players for Buffalo Grove actually played in this tournament as freshmen.
Right.
And they actually got some playing time. So they were seasoned. They knew what they were going on, and this team certainly has been together and it's got lots of cohesion. They're going to need as much as possible tonight to avenge a 33-point loss in the earlier season. It is time now to get things going with our national anthem. It's going to be sung by a Romeoville High School student. His name is Christopher Etscheid, and you're in for a treat to listen to Chris.
Enjoy our guest soloist, Chris Etscheid, a student at Romeoville High School, in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? and the home of the brave.
Well, that got the crowd going. Next up, it'll be time to introduce the starting lineups. And to do that, our public address announcer, Jeff Fritzen.
Class AA Girls Basketball Tournament. First, for Buffalo Grove, a 5'6" senior, number 10, Piper Mead. From Chicago, Washington, a 5'6" sophomore, number 15, Ashley Austin. From Buffalo Grove, a 5'9" senior, number 14, Allison Guth. For Washington, a 5'10" senior, number 20, Leslie Hill. For Buffalo Grove, a 5'7" senior, number 24, Lindsay Hamma. For Washington, a 5'6" senior, number 23, Victoria Giles. For Buffalo Grove, a 5'10" senior, number 40, Patty Vermilio. For Washington, a 6' junior, number 33, Angelina Williams. For Buffalo Grove, a 6'1" senior, number 54, Kendra Ryle. And for Washington, a 6'1" senior, number 42, DeJanette Flournoy. Buffalo Grove is coached by Tom Deneen in his 21st year with a record of 469 wins and 160 losses. The Bison bring a 33-4 record into tonight's game. Washington is coached by Willie Bird, who's in his 12th year with a record of 289 wins and 75 losses. The Minutewomen also bring
coaches with lots of experience shake hands before the finals. The Minutewomen huddle right there. Tom Deneen, by the way, wearing that ribbon to honor several members of the Buffalo Grove family whose family members are suffering from breast cancer, and this has been a theme of the school all year long to honor them and wish them speedy recoveries. Our officials tonight, the referee Larry Landers, helped out by John Washburn, Bob Gaddy. Landers will throw the ball up. There is Bob Gaddy from the rear. There he is from profile. Buffalo Grove will be in the visiting blue with the orange numerals. The Minutewomen of Washington will be in the white with the blue numerals and red trim. Angelina Williams, number 33, will jump center for Washington against Kendra Ryle. We're underway. This is Hill. And the point guard, Victoria Giles. Austin measuring that shot as soon as she gets the ball.
You see the double team down low when Williams is down in the post area.
That's where Austin loves to be, but misses everything on the first one. And the putback no good by Flournoy.
Buffalo Grove will push it up the floor. They're not going to back off and not attack the basket.
Vermilio.
I really love this girl. She has done an outstanding job.
Patty Vermilio, she's a senior who stepped in after an injury. Late in the season, she has played super the whole tournament. Austin missing.
Giving her the opportunity to put the shots down. Buffalo Grove wants Washington to beat them from the outside.
And Angelina Williams with the stick back. Angelina averaging 15.2, leading scorer for this team.
That's 2 offensive rebounds in a row for Washington now.
They do have a height advantage, a big jump advantage. Piper Mead for three.
That's also what they need to do, Buffalo Grove, to get the outside, go and pump it up.
Not even a minute and a half gone by. Lots of fireworks. 5-2 the Bison. Hill goes down to Flournoy low. The turnaround blocked by Ryle. Ryle had 4 blocks in the semifinal before fouling out. Hill alone. Lindsay Hammond, number 24 to Mead. Allison Guth.
Guth, Mead, and Hamna all can hit it from three-point land.
Guth the offensive rebound. Here's Mead, likes to cut through. Giles slowing it up.
They had to wait for the conversation between Bird and Williams.
Ashley again. Giles the offensive board. Comes off to Mead this time. Buffalo Grove not looking tired. Ryle. Well, the Bison get good shots. They just haven't gone down. Meanwhile, Washington getting a lot of shots. 8 so far compared to 5 for Buffalo Grove.
Oh, quicker pass into Williams. She was open. There wasn't double coverage. She turns around and makes the shot anyway. Tremendous athlete.
Angelina Williams, a natural left-hander, so natural in fact. Willie Bird is lamenting the fact that she just won't use her right hand for anything. Not even to dribble. That will change in college. She's only a junior now.
I just really like her game.
Good. Angelina Williams again. Talk about a breakout performer at this tournament. Angelina Williams has been that. A lot of folks have been impressed with her. Very fast, very athletic. And once again, underneath, well, we get a violation.
It ended up that time that Washington got caught with steps, but they're getting too many second opportunities at the basket, and the Bison are going to have to turn around and box out. It's something that we talk about a lot in high school basketball, but it's really a fundamental that needs to happen this evening in order for the Bison to win.
Ashley Austin 0 for 4 so far. We'll be back. The broadcast rights for this event have been granted to Fox Sports Net by the Illinois High School Association. Any reproduction or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Fox Sports Net, Intersport Television, and the IHSA is strictly prohibited. Along with Yvonne Simmons and Mitch Robinson, Dave Turner, our Fox Sports Net crew, I'm Mike Lederman. Thank you for joining us. We're finishing up a triple header of live IHSA girls AA action. Buffalo Grove leading by 1 with the ball. Pursuit from the Minute Women's zone. Trying to go down for Ryle. Williams got a hand on it. Bison will hold on. That's a notice, a little tattoo on the left shoulders of all the Buffalo Grove players, as we told the moms and dads in the audience, don't worry, it's not permanent. Ryle underneath, and she's fouled by Flournoy. Or Jeanette, that is her first. Second, they give that to Victoria Giles. Patty Vermilio, 64% free throw shooter. Has 3. Full court pressure from the Bison.
To control the tempo a little bit, slow Washington down. Miscommunication.
Ball almost saved, but turned over. Here comes Guth. Lindsay Hammer for 3. Vermilio fights the rebound, but Giles comes up with it.
But you see Buffalo Grove doing a nice job of getting back on defense.
Hill missing everything, and here is Guth again on a 1-on-2.
Got to watch those flying arms coming at you, protect the ball at all times. Can't just freely dribble down the basketball court and then stop and expect to just make a pass easily with this Washington team.
Austin. Williams the rebound. They got to know she's left-handed.
It's a long rebound, really nothing that they could do about that, but Williams does a really nice job of going and getting the basketball and then making a shot. Right after that, a nice turnaround. She is a very nice shot, has nice touch around the glass.
All tied at 6, and all 6 points for Washington from Williams. Looking underneath for Ryle. Good pass from Vermilio.
Vermilio has really just done it all. Shootings, passing, getting the rebounds.
Oh, you're talking about somebody stepping out of the course.
Move.
Flournoy. Patty Vermilio has just come right off the bench to not just hold her own, but to star.
Deneen did say that she could probably start on any team in the area. She just happens to be on this Buffalo Grove team that had a lot of talent.
Kendra Ryle, the foul. That's her first. And here is Dijonette Flournoy.
Dijonette Flournoy has very nice back to the basket moves, as you saw one there. Got to knock down those free throws.
Shoots only 58%. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Her first point and the first lead. Washington up 7-6. Ball thrown away. Two and a half minutes to go, first quarter. Nothing but net.
She has that outside shot, and she looked better this time because she knew she was going to make the shot off the pass. The pass was a nice pass to her. She was able to step into the shot and drain it.
First bucket for Leslie Hill. The lead is 2 for Washington.
Not a good idea.
Another careless pass. Here is Williams.
Williams can handle it in the traffic. That's the best part of her game.
8 points for Angelina Williams, and she doesn't go to the basket. She storms to the basket.
Washington on defense has great anticipation. They play in the passing lanes.
Booth looks down for Ryle. Flournoy on her.
And why that worked is because they have the outside shooting for Buffalo Grove, so Hill had to come up and try and stop that shot. They passed it into the inside. There's no double team, no help coming over. Ryle was able to make that shot.
2-point lead in the ball for Washington. 1:25 to go.
Flournoy posting up in the middle.
Good block by Ryle. Here's Meade slashing through. Good
Nice.
look underneath Vermilio.
And Vermilio really has no fear at all underneath the basket. She didn't care whether it was going to get swatted at or anything. She was taken up. She has a very nice, strong move to the basket.
Patty's got 5. We're tied at 12. Under a minute to go. Williams.
This is going to be her game. I don't know if there's many people out there, anyone that can stop her. You hate to say that it's really early in the game, but she's looking pretty nice.
Doesn't matter if you overplay her on the left. She's got so much speed and strength.
She has the quick first step.
Anna skips it over to Guth. Back to Lindsay.
Yes. 2:04 the game this afternoon. Everyone collapsed in on the inside. Kick it right back out to Hama. Waiting for the pass. Flournoy getting a lot of ball time today.
Well, they know Ryle is their big, strong player underneath, and she is also prone to foul trouble.
Right. Buffalo Grove still attacking the basket. Quick passes.
As Meade is blocked by Hill with the quarter ending. So that's the end of the first quarter. A good one it was. Buffalo Grove by 1, 15-14. Back after this. Ready for the start of the second quarter. Buffalo Grove 15-14, but watch Angelina Williams here.
This really shows part of her game. She starts to break. She has the quickness in the traffic. Easy layup for her. Really had an easy evening so far with her layups.
Let's go over to Mitch Robinson.
Thanks a lot, guys. You know, last year Courtney Walton scored 30 for Marshall against Galesburg. That was the state title game record. Angelina needs 20 more. Courtney, of course, plays at Rutgers. Who knows where Angelina will go after her senior year. Back to you guys.
They're lining up already, Mitch. Thanks a lot. Williams with 10 points. The rest of her teammates have 4. Piper Meade from three-point range to start quarter number 2.
Washington is really going to have to make sure they don't turn their backs when on ball side. Everybody was facing ball side, forgetting about Buffalo Grove waiting in on the weak side to get the three-point shot.
Meade creating problems and coming away with the turnover. And one! What a play!
We've seen Piper Meade in the last 2 games really take it in strong when she gets near the basket and finds the basket, gets the ball up on the box, and usually gets on the line for a three-point play.
Well, you talk about somebody who's fearless, as Willie Bird is talking to Giles. Watch here.
And it's Buffalo Grove's turn to steal the basketball. Piper makes it down the court. A little bit of contact there, but she's able to find the basket.
Hill on the foul. And here's Meade looking for the three-point play, and 9 for the game. And boom, the lead's gone up to 7. Austin. Williams underneath. Angelina with a dozen.
That long pass from Williams over to Austin. Austin took the shot, but that pulled out Ryle from underneath, so Williams was able to continue on and go for the offensive rebound.
Allison Guth commits her first foul in the game as LaTanya Reed for Washington, a big factor in the first game in the semifinal. As Williams, 13 points. She's not even warmed up yet.
No.
Opening minute here, second quarter, 4-point. Buffalo Grove Bison lead, a 13-5 Buffalo Grove run. Meade. Hammer. And Reed got a piece of that. Williams working high.
I mean, doing anything she wants to do. Highlight reel.
15 points for Angelina Williams. Tom Deneen scratching his head. Aggressive zone by Washington. Meade looks across. Skips it over to Hammer. To Ryle. Offensive rebound underneath. Emilio, Ryle again. Guth comes out with it. Look at me.
Nice.
And Vermilio is hacked underneath. What hustle from Buffalo Grove.
Because Piper Meade so many times is a penetrator, she goes in, she changes her shot, sees that Vermilio is open underneath, so she is able to pass the basketball. Vermilio does a nice job of stepping into the basket and going for the foul.
And Leslie Hill has 2 fouls on her. Here is Vermilio. 5 points all in the first quarter. Down to a half a dozen. Couple of substitutions. Flournoy is back in. Giles is back in. Hill comes out.
She actually stayed back in.
Then Conley will come in quickly at point guard, sits down. And another point for Vermilio. She's got 7, and the lead is 4. That's Williams up high, now dropping down. Now she's up top again with Guth on her. 3-pointer. Hill doesn't get this one. Vermilio gets a rebound. Here's Guth. And they say she lost it. So a turnover against Buffalo Grove. 4 on the Bison. And the pace slows. Flournoy gets Williams' miss. And the ball will stay in the possession of Washington.
Guth's responsibility on defense right now is to play the high post. She's having to double team with Williams. She goes in there and has to get in front of the post underneath. So she might be a little bit tired right now, doing a lot of running back and forth when Washington swings the basketball.
Hill called for steps in the lane. 5 minutes, 20 seconds. There's your game situation in the right corner. Buffalo Grove holding on to the lead. Nice
steal.
entry pass to Vermilio. Nice block by Hill. And looking for Ashley, and Austin just took her eye off the ball. Haven't had a bucket in a while. As both teams getting a little ragged, and the defense stymieing both. Hammer. Rebound Vermilio with the left hand. Williams the rebound, and we get steps. Okay, 4:51 to go first half. Official timeout on the floor. We're stuck on 23-19. Buffalo Grove the lead. It's the state championship, Class 2A. Back live at Bloomington Normal. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk to the Queen of the Hill, winner of the Class A versus AA three-point shootout. Of course, we'll have highlights of an action-packed first half here of the championship. And statistics for all of us stat freaks. We'll have it all for you. 4:51 to go first half. 4-point Buffalo Grove lead as both teams have gone cold for the time being. This is Piper Mead. She's had a big offensive game so far. Look across to Guth. Offensive rebound, no. Flournoy gets the boards. Here is Giles. Hill. Williams again.
Travel.
Angelina called for steps. At times there, it looked like an adult playing with kids. Angelina Williams just all over the place. Deflected by Williams, but it will still be Bison ball. And to Ryle, who's done a good job staying out of foul trouble. And a traveling call on Piper Mead. To go first half. Williams on the high post. Austin from three. Well, that breaks the drought. And Austin's first bucket of the night.
Even though that was her first basket, Buffalo Grove respected her. Had two Bison players running at her. Really left Williams open, but Austin decided she was going to take the shot.
Looking down for Ryle.
Good idea. Nice pass, kept it high.
Kendra Ryle with 6. 3-point Bison lead. Good crowds from both teams here. Giles, the handoff. Williams again. 17 points. Inside Vermilio. And Hill's going to get her third foul. No question about that one.
Vermilio, when she gets the shot, or goes for the shot, she puts the ball on the floor at least once. So there she is, the cut. Puts the ball on the floor, and Hill just goes up with her and tries to block the shot.
First free throw is good.
Hill had the height advantage, so all you have to do is just put your hands up in the air. She's already put the ball on the floor, so once she picks it back up again, there's nothing she can do with it.
Latanya Reed, number 54, back in for Washington. Hill goes out now with the 3 fouls. Vermilio with 9. Also into the game for Buffalo Grove, Melissa Conley, a 5'2" senior backup point guard. There is she at the top of the zone. Austin loves it there. Good rebound, Giles. And Conley comes away with it, and a foul by Giles.
Yeah, that looked like a little bit of a frustration foul by Giles. She's missed several shots in the interior there.
Second foul on Victoria Giles. Neither team in the penalty yet. Buffalo Grove, 3-point lead in the ball. Conley.
She can light it up from there.
Conley averages 3, and she just made her average with 1 strike. Flournoy answers. 3 points for DeJohnette. Well, after that lack of scoring over 3 minutes, they've come back strong. Conley again. Rebound. Mead.
With Hill out of the ball game, it changes Washington a little bit on defense because Reed plays that outside position that Hill was playing. She doesn't quite have the quickness, so if Buffalo Grove can move the ball, reverse it, get it over to Reed's side quickly before she has time to get back to defend, they can get a shot.
Look at Piper Mead. Got Conley ahead. Look at Conley with the left hand missing. Great anticipation by Piper Mead to cut off the passing lane. Minute 20 to go, first half. 4-point lead. Remilio deflected off of Ashley Austin.
And also offensively with Hill out for Washington, Williams now is on the wing instead of moving around there in the middle and the interior. Reed and Flournoy doing the posting up.
Final minute here in the first half. This is Hammer. Good spacing by the Bison. A long pursuit now as the zone comes out for Washington.
Of course, they're eating some time off the clock.
Conley gets past the first line of defense, but they'll play it back for 1.
You gotta be careful.
They did this in the semifinal and finished the half with a 3.
Piper Mead ended up running the baseline and hitting a 3-pointer.
15 seconds to go. Buffalo Grove working for the final shot.
And here we go.
Mead around Giles. Doubled up. Here's Conley looking to Vermilio. 3 seconds. And that'll do it for the first half. Both teams head to the locker room. And a good first half it's been. The state championship final halfway home. Buffalo Grove with a 4-point lead over Chicago, Washington. Let's go to Mitch Robinson. He's got Tom Dineen.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Coach, you got to be happy the way you're attacking on the offensive zone.
You know, I thought we came out real aggressive. Our philosophy tonight was we have nothing to lose. A lot of people didn't expect us to be here except me and the 11 girls. Let's take it to them, and I think we did that.
At the half, I guess you have to talk about Angelina Williams, but if she's the only one scoring for them, you should be able to come out in front.
She can have as many as she wants as long as we got more than they do at the end of the game. But yeah, we do need to do a better job on her.
Well, go make some adjustments. We'll see you after the game. Thank you. Mike, Yvonne, back to you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mitch and Tom. 4-point game here. We've got lots more to come at halftime, so we'll take a break. Come on back to Redbird Arena and Fox Sportsnet. Back at the half, the girls class AA championships here at the Illinois High School Association Tournament 2000. Buffalo Grove ahead of Washington by a score of 30-26. Yvonne, aren't these girls supposed to know they're tired?
No, all that adrenaline going, this is the finals, you know. We can get tired in about another, 16 minutes.
That's right. And we got
They're
all
young.
summer to rest.
Right.
Meanwhile, Tom Dineen made an interesting point to Mitch Robinson. He said he doesn't care how many points Angelina Williams scores as long as, obviously, their team scores more than Washington does. And so far, they've been handling that defense, except for Williams, very well. The rest of the team is shooting 3 for 21.
Well, you know, they're doing a really nice job on the inside. They have Guth running around. She's defending on the inside the interior. She's also fronting in the post. She's doing a nice job at really stopping Washington at the beginning of the game. They were pounding it on the inside. If Flournoy didn't take the shot or get anything, she would kick it back out, and that would leave Austin open or Hill. And so they've done a nice job at making that adjustment in the first half.
And we also know that Willie Bird is very good at making halftime adjustments with his team. Certainly did that in the semifinal. We'll see what he does to change things up a bit. But frankly, Washington's getting the shots. They're just not falling.
You know, they don't have a lot of people that hit consistently from the outside. Hill can do it. Austin can do it. Austin is a very streaky shooter. Hill sometimes she'll hit a three-pointer, but she doesn't look for it always. She may go down now and go in post. Offensively, I think Buffalo Grove is doing a nice job of keeping their spacing. They're also using their inside players. Vermilio and also Ryle, they're doing a nice job of getting the ball on the inside and converting once they get the ball.
And except for Leslie Hill, nobody else in serious foul trouble on either side. Mitch Robinson will talk to the Queen of the Hill when we come back. Stay tuned, lots more to come here on the IHSA Class AA Girls Championships.
Welcome back to halftime of the Class 2A State Championship. We are here with Jessica Gieselman, our Queen of the Hill three-point shootout winner. And last week you come down here for the single A. How tough is it to get in front of this crowd and do that competition?
It's definitely a lot larger. I get a lot more nervous, and I'm like shaking right now, even still, and it's just unbelievable.
Now, you went first in the competition. Earlier today, Maggie Fontana, your competition, had 12 three-pointers. When you hit only the 5, what were you thinking?
Oh, I thought I was in trouble, definitely. I watched her shoot before I came tonight, and she did an awesome job, and I guess I just got lucky.
What did you do from last week to this week? Do you actually go out and practice three-pointers, or you just set it aside and wait to get out here?
Well, we had like stuff at school for it and everything, and like everybody in town was so great and supportive and everything, and I loved it. One time in PE I shot, but other than that, I've just been concentrating on our boys.
You got the award now. You get to go back home. Does that go up in the school, or does that go up at your house?
I don't know. Whatever they want to do, I guess.
Congratulations. Nice job.
Thank you.
Jessica Gieselman, she is our Queen of the Hill for the year 2000. Stay with us when we come back. First half highlights are on the way.
Four-point ball game as we get ready for the start of the second half. Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. We know the highlight reel is going to have a lot of Angelina Williams. Meanwhile,
Austin putting it up here, and Williams getting the putback.
Angelina 8 for 9 from the field, along with 9 rebounds.
Again, another rebound going long, and Williams finds the basketball and converts for 2.
And by the way, just so we know who's ahead in this game, Buffalo Grove is, but meanwhile, here's Angelina.
Williams starting the break, finishing it.
But the Bison are coming back strong. Good play underneath Vermilio.
Vermilio really has no fear underneath. She's done a really nice job of staying strong and fighting off Washington. And here we see Piper Mead does a really nice job of looking to the basket. Doesn't hesitate at all. She converts for a three-point play.
Taking a look at the statistics, Buffalo Grove was shooting over 50%. They've fallen down. Washington shooting about 20% coming up. But again, that's misleading. 3 for 21 for everybody on Washington except Angelina Williams, who's 8 for 9. The rebounds, Washington, you expected an advantage on the boards. Washington's also turned the ball over some. And the points in the paint, no surprise there. The Country Company's first half stats and highlights. And we hope you're enjoying this one. We'll be back, start the third quarter for you right after these words. Just about set for the start of quarter number 3. Let's check in with Mitch Robinson and Coach Willie Bird of Washington.
Thanks, Mike. Here with the head coach, Willie Bird. And Coach, what did you talk about the half with your girls?
Well, we didn't play a very good half. we didn't play very good defense, so we let those three-point shooters stand out there and shoot it. We're going to try and clamp down on them in the second half. Hopefully we'll give a better second half effort than we did the first half.
One person firing for you, Angelina Williams. Can't say enough about her effort in the first half.
They played super, so we got to get everybody else to join in and help it out the second half.
All right, good luck to you. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks.
Mike, Yvonne, over to you.
Thanks, Mitch. That's the story.
Now, Willie Bird said that last time. The game this morning, what happened?
And they did exactly what he said.
Came out a little more aggressive, very active on defense. Buffalo Grove, if they can get Washington to get out there on them on defense, kick it in on the inside.
Williams, the rebound to the miss. Hill back in with 3 fouls. Flournoy.
Here you see Gunn running from one side of the floor to the other and that interior there at the top of the free throw line. Defending the post, going up to the free throw line, trying to stop that pass there with Williams, guarding the guard out on at the line, the three-point line.
Flournoy tries a 10-footer.
Very nice. It's nice to see that she also has an outside shot. She worked on that this summer.
DeJohnette Flournoy with 5. Williams leads with 17. And there's a pickoff by Flournoy. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Underneath Giles with the left hand. And it'll still be a Washington ball.
Flournoy needed that left hand there at an open look right underneath the basket, a layup, if she would have used her left hand.
Hill to inbound to Flournoy. 2-point ball game. Washington trails. Victoria Giles, point guard. Hill thought about it. Now they'll reset.
Triple teamed.
Austin looks inside and look at Williams, called for the travel. Have to remember too that Angelina Williams is only a junior. She's got a year left. And the line is forming right by the tunnel of colleges looking at it. Meade, top of the key.
Because you have to focus down there on Ryle and Vermilio, it leaves the perimeter players open. These Buffalo Grove perimeter players in Hama, Guth, and also Meade, they can light it up.
And right away, Willie Bird calls a timeout. What did he say to Mitch Robinson? We got to clamp down on the perimeter shooters. And what happens? First offensive series, they get burned by a 3. So Willie Bird has got a few choice words for his team, which trails by 5.
Buffalo Grove just increased their lead by 5 on this 3-point play by Piper Meade. Giles should have cheated over and stopped that 3-point shot. She had an open look, open shot, drained it. Piper Meade has a really nice game. Penetrator, shoot from the outside. Playmaker for this Bison team.
Meade 3 out of 5 from 3-point land so far tonight. 33-28, Washington trails by 5. 2 minutes gone. Austin missing again. To Rock. Here's Guth.
Very strong move. Survived the contact, was able to make it. The refs let it go.
Good non-call. You watch the way these girls from Buffalo Grove drive. They'll take it right to the defense. Austin one more time. 1 for 11. Meade looks down. Underneath Rye.
And there you go, because you have to respect Piper Meade. She could have taken that shot. That leaves open underneath. Nice kick in. Looking for those inside post players. You got to love it.
9-point lead, biggest of the ball game.
Buffalo Grove really working on all cylinders.
Hill tries 3. Once again, Buffalo Grove calls it one and done. Meade with room. Hill for Washington. First best open look in a long time that Meade hasn't converted. (37-28). Still lots of time. Flournoy the corner. And she's come alive.
That was a nice shot, but Washington doesn't have the outside threat that Buffalo Grove does. So Buffalo Grove was able to cheat a little bit, sag off from them. Once they get the pass, then go out and defend them because they really have to watch out for Williams.
Meade goes right through the middle of the defense to split him, then kicks it to the wing. Here's the skip pass to Guth. Lindsay Hammer double team. They look inside.
Emilio looking for the basketball, but it's just a little too tight in there right now. Penetration would help. She
Look at that left-handed move by Lindsay Hammer.
Looks like she hurt herself a little bit, but they are very solid when they penetrate from the wing. All of their guards take it in there on the penetration, will look for the contact and find the basket, end up finishing the play and making the three-point.
Flournoy the foul. It's her first. Reed comes in for Washington. Giles will take a seat as we're now at 39-30, a chance to extend it to double digits.
Because Washington had to continue to adjust. That baseline was open there. Nobody cut it off. And Hammer was able to worm in there.
10-2 spurt for the Bison the last 4.5 minutes. Austin keeps firing.
Got to do it.
And the follow by Flournoy, and she's fouled. 54, Kendra Ryle, her second. There's a close-up of Kendra, 6'1" senior. Eugene Flournoy, the only player really besides Angelina Williams to do any scoring for Washington. Williams has been shut out so far this half. Flournoy under 60% from the line. Getting used to this floor. She'll be here next year.
Yeah, she's shown a little bit more of her game by shooting a little bit longer range, facing the basket. We've seen her post play on the inside. She can handle the ball also in transition, and she does a nice job rebounding.
Meade again goes to the middle and kicks it to the wing. And through the double team goes Hammer. Nice block inside by Williams. Buffalo Grove keeps the ball. Goose.
This team just plays together so well. They're loaded offensively. A lot of seniors on the team that have been playing together. They know where they are, what spots they're going to be at. The penetration, they look back out. They have the outside shooters and the inside game really working on all cylinders tonight.
Well, Meade banged up, takes a breather with 12 points. Melissa Connolly comes in. Piper Meade, if you see her knees down there, they are just beat up. Under 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Washington now down by 11.
Now Hill should take advantage, Conley in the basketball game, of shooting over if she can. Guth right now is at the top of the zone. Good
Lyle
block.
sends it right in Reed's face twice, but the second time, Reed converts.
Reed has a little bit of mobility when she's right underneath the basket.
Lyle
Very
lucky
hard to
there.
move her.
She didn't pick up the third foul.
Right.
See how they do without Meade to run the show.
Fine. Thank you very much.
9 points for Lindsay Hammer, her second three.
2 of 5 from the three-point line.
Deneen couldn't script this any better for his team. Meanwhile, Washington is not out of this, not by a long shot. Here's Hill.
And that's
Thank
what I
you
was
very
talking
much.
about. Conley came over, but there's really nothing she can do. Hill has a huge height advantage.
6 points on 2 threes for Hill. Final 2 minutes here. Vermilio. has it blocked by Ryle.
Washington has to get down the court. They're just coming down and getting in spots, not attacking on defense. Buffalo Grove staying at it, and Hamma hits her third three-pointer. Washington is really tired right now.
Meanwhile, Buffalo Grove is playing out of its mind. They are doing everything at both ends of the floor. They lead it by a dozen. Final minute of the third quarter. Austin. Remember, this team can come back in a flash. Second three for Austin. She's got 6.
There's been many times in the few games that we've seen where third quarter is a little bit of a lag for Washington, and they come on strong in the fourth.
Here comes Guth. 33 seconds to go, and you know they're going to work for one. Buffalo Grove has been good at this. They're doing it with Meade on the bench, getting some well-needed rest. 15 seconds, double stack. Hamel looks down. Vermilio underneath, and they lose the ball. Final 5 seconds. Here comes Hill. Williams at the buzzer. Good if it goes. Not quite.
Called
What
a foul. Called a foul.
It's on Guth. A big call that could really do a lot to turn this game around.
Let's take a look at it here. They're trying to set up something. Hill launches it from the three-point line, and they call it on Guth.
So 3 shots for Hill. Eight points. Now to make the lead 6.
Got the roll.
Boy, what a huge turnaround. Buffalo Grove ready to go in there with nearly a double-digit lead. Now anybody's game as we go to the fourth quarter. Think you want to stick around. We'll be back.
Mitch to do.
All right, ready for the final 8 minutes, and it has been a terrific first 3 quarters. Meanwhile, Piper Meade is getting taped up on the sidelines. Her own teammate tripped her, and that's why she went out. She's tripped up in the lane, showing it real quickly. Watch Vermilio in the middle there, and Meade. Well, here was a three-pointer.
That was a three-point shot by Hamma. But you see there that Meade's getting taped up before the start of the fourth quarter. She's out there now.
All right, 6-point ball game. The lead had been as much as 12 for Buffalo Grove. Washington, Angelina Williams, 17 first-half points, held scoreless in the third. Look underneath in the turnover. Williams with the steal.
Saw that coming.
Winner gets its first state championship. Williams loses it back. Meade, Guth, Hamma, Vermilio, and Ryle for Buffalo Grove. Hill, Connolly, Austin, Williams, and Flournoy.
Look at Flournoy and Ryle fighting in there underneath.
It's good. Missed the easy one. Donna Connolly right there, a freshman. He's played a lot of point guard. Hasn't seen much action in the tournament though.
Very congested on the ball side. Washington not making Buffalo Grove move too much on defense.
And they're going to get Hamma for the foul. For Lindsay, that is her first. Guth will come out. Melissa Conley comes in. So there are 2 Conleys on the floor now. Danae for Washington, Melissa for Buffalo Grove. And violation on the inbounds. So another turnover. And they call Flournoy for the foul.
Trying to establish position on the inside to get the basketball, which ended up committing the foul.
Buffalo Grove nearly 3 minutes without a bucket. Lead cut in half from 12 to 6. Emilio Conley's got room. Williams another rebound. Timeout, it's stolen. But Hammer can't convert. What a play by Lindsay Hammer, but she couldn't put the ball in the basket. A couple of easy layups missed now. Austin missed everything. Underneath, Flournoy, and she's fouled by Ryle.
Austin was open, but she had Buffalo Grove flying at her. She decided to take the shot anyway. The pass over to Flournoy. She goes up, anticipating the foul. Now she just has to put it down on the free throw line.
Kendra Ryle's third foul.
It's all right, though. Better than the easy 2 points because Flournoy doesn't do the job all the time on the line.
2 for 4 so far.
See? Missed them both.
Need in there for the rebound. Here's Conley. Just threw it up wildly. And it'll be Washington ball. Pee Wee Conley out of control there.
A good no call by the ref.
And Williams has her only by about a foot. Here comes Giles. Back in the game. Danae Conley, the freshman, comes out. 6:07 and counting. No scoring yet here in the fourth quarter. Hill for 3.
She is such a calm, patient player.
Hill's got 12, the lead down to 3. And the Washington fans really taking it up a notch as Giles commits the foul.
Giles, the best defender on Washington's team, decides to gamble a little bit. Thought she was going to flick it from the top and end up going down for a basket, but she caught the hands of, I believe it was Meade.
Only the third foul on Washington this half, so a non-shooting situation.
I believe they're boxing in 1 week Meade.
Giles is on her.
Or maybe not.
They're running man-to-man now.
They're running player to player.
We've been through that 5 years ago, and there's the foul as Austin gets Conley. For Ashley, her first. Foul number 4 on the team in the half. Vermilio giving the go and the giving the go. Well, that's 3 times, 3 good looks now that Buffalo Grove has had without converting any of them.
You gotta wonder if legs now are a factor.
Williams hopping through.
And
It's
then
her
gets
own
her own
rebound.
rebound.
Here's Hill. Austin.
That was good.
We're all tied. Ashley Austin with 3 threes.
Now, I really don't see Buffalo Grove getting rattled at all.
Well, they've gone 5 minutes without a score. And a 5-second call on Conley.
I don't know. That was pretty quick. Momentum definitely has shifted to Washington's side.
12 straight points for Washington. We are tied at 48. We've got timeout on the floor. Back after these. What looked to be a runaway, well, we never said it was going to be that, and it's a good thing we didn't, because Washington has scored 12 straight points over the last 5 minutes, shutting out Buffalo Grove and coming back from a deficit of a dozen to tie at 48. the Bison cheerleaders as we take a look at the Taco Bell game summary. Well, Buffalo Grove now even with Washington field goal percentage. Washington a heavy advantage on the rebounds. Lindsey Hammond doing well. Angelina Williams 17 points all in the first half.
I think what has changed for in this game in the fourth quarter is that Washington has controlled the tempo now. They've picked it up on defense. The guards for Washington are very active, and they're not allowing Buffalo Grove to get in their flow. They've made it a little more of a frantic pace. Once Buffalo Grove does make a few passes, they've missed some easy shots underneath, but the pace is just a little bit quicker.
Hill and Flournoy have been doing the offensive work for Washington, and here is Williams. Flournoy the offensive board, and she gets fouled.
She gets fouled, but you gotta like the work that she's doing underneath. Now, she's missed free throws the last few times. But she's gonna put the work in here. As you see, Angela Williams going in, just doesn't get it to fall. But Flournoy has been there, gets it stripped as she's trying to go back up for the basket.
Conley the foul. Here's Flournoy at the line.
And this is what she's gotta work on.
Missed 3 in a row here.
There you go.
With authority. She's got 9 points, and Washington has its first lead in as long as anyone can remember. 49-48, the Minutewomen ahead. Here comes Meade looking
Nice
for
look.
Conley. And Pee Wee can't get it to fall.
But you gotta like the fact that she took it.
More than half the quarter gone by, still no scoring for Buffalo Grove. They had a 12-point lead late in the third, and a 3-point foul at the end gave Hill 3 opportunities. She cashed them all, cut the lead to 6.
See how much quicker now Washington is passing the basketball. They've spaced it out, spread it out a little bit more, and now they're starting to, if they don't get the offensive rebound, they're starting to try and slow up Buffalo Grove a little bit more.
.320 to go.
Giles is really dogging Piper Meade. She does not want her to get the basketball.
Conley looking for another 5-second problem
There you
here.
go.
There's the takeaway.
Piper Meade is their playmaker, and this is how Washington gets a lot of their points. They make the steals in the backcourt, make easy layups underneath, or back the other way.
First basket for Victoria Giles. Timeout, Tom Deneen. Talking to the official, Larry Landers, as his team is now down 3 with 2:49 left.
Defense starting the offense. The steal. Conley wants to go to Piper Meade. Giles intercepts it, makes it the layup underneath. And that's how Washington likes to get a lot of their points. They're being aggressive on defense in the backcourt, and it's making it count on offense. Points off turnovers, Washington has 16, Buffalo Grove at 7. That was one of our keys at the start of this game.
Buffalo Grove there, Tom Deneen trying to get his team off the schneid. They haven't scored in 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Let's listen.
Okay? It's not there, then we're coming back from the weak side. It's coming from here. Good screen.
Well, both teams, both schools thrilled to be here. The first final for each. Both have acquitted themselves extremely well. Deneen sending out his Bison. Willie Bird sending out the Minutewomen.
What's a little bit scary about this Washington team, it seems like whenever they want to pour it on, they pour it on, and then they can make up the points quickly.
Well, Allison Guth, they should have double
Screen.
here. Underneath is Meade. Boy, that was a smart play. Hammer again. Oh, my.
Don't give her a second chance in the same series.
15 for Lindsey. Hammer, we're tied again. know, Giles just,
Why is
they
this?
wouldn't run 2:10 off the clock,
No.
would they?
No. Please no.
Well, Buffalo Grove makes the move. Extending the defense here. Under 2 minutes to go. Buffalo Grove just broke a 15-0 run. They led by 12. They were down 3. Washington now working the ball. They may just go for a final shot.
No, no, no.
And we get a timeout called by Willie Bird.
Timeout. Washington.
Well, Bird has come too far to let this thing slip from him by letting the fans say no boring. But could it be that they're going to run the clock down? A lot of folks want to see a shot clock in high school for that reason. Here's Tom Deneen. Going through the starters. Let's show you that last 3 from Lindsay Hammer.
They came out of a broken play. She missed the first attempt. Piper Mead was able to get the rebound, kicked it back out to her. Nobody went up to defend it for Washington, and she was able to knock it down in the second try.
Leading scorers, Williams with 17, but again shut out here in the second half. 12 for Hill, 9 for Austin and Flournoy. For Buffalo Grove, 15 for Hammett, 12 for Piper Mead. 9 for Camilio, 8 for Kendra Ryle. Well, here we go. 120 and ticking. And it becomes more and more apparent what Willie Bird's strategy is.
Yep. As we hit the 1 minute mark.
This game has gone by so quickly as Hill comes through. Underneath, Flournoy has it blocked by Ryle.
And that's why it can backfire on you now. You're under a minute and Buffalo Grove has the basketball. They're very potent on offense. Hamish hitting the 3. Guth is out there that can hit the 3. Piper Mead.
Timeout. Vice. This place is going crazy. Let's reset the situation. There you see it. What more do we have to say? We're tied at 51. The 12-point lead turned into a 3-point deficit. But Buffalo Grove on a big 3 from Lindsay Hammer has come back to tie the game. 47 seconds exactly left, and Buffalo Grove with a possession.
Washington has to put the pressure on Buffalo Grove at the perimeter. They have 3 players in right now that can handle the basketball. They all can penetrate. They all can shoot the 3-point shot. They can run screens off for each other. They move very well without the basketball to get each other open. So Washington is going to have to be the aggressor right now and stop them and get a steal.
Another thing, as you saw the game reset, timeouts are plentiful. Washington has only committed 14 fouls, Buffalo Grove 5, so neither team in the bonus yet.
So if Buffalo Grove gets in trouble, as Giles was doing a really nice job of defending Piper, making sure she did not get the basketball. Buffalo Grove gets in trouble, they can call a timeout. They have several to give, and they can be okay, but they're just going to have to set some picks. Conley's in the basketball game right now with Guth and Piper Mead. Also Hammer, and they left Riles in the ball game, so Emilio sits out.
Starters
Need the
back
ball
in.
handling.
Starters back in for Washington. Clock is ticking. This is Hammer. They double stack.
This is where they can get in trouble, but they have the timeout.
You see it. 30 seconds and counting. Conley, you see 2-2. That's the double stack on the high post. Here's Mead.
They have 4 players in right now that can handle the ball.
15 seconds.
Guth can always step out to relieve some pressure if needed. And this is it.
7 seconds. Hammer
they
gets
leave
the
her
screen. Ryle,
Oh.
Guth is going to put it right here. We go OT.
Woo! Let me tell you, that series was difficult. And they ended up leaving Guth open, who can be instant offense, can nail it
She had the look.
Yeah, she had a nice
good,
look.
clean look.
But she knew the clock was running down. That's a lot of pressure. We'll take a look at it again. For almost a minute, they run a stall play with a stack. Guth ends up popping out. She doesn't get the shot. She was at the top of the stack, and she was able to pop out and get the basketball. God,
Okay.
you gotta love it.
Overtime coming up. We'll take a break and take a breath. Getting ready for overtime at Redbird Arena on the campus of Illinois State. Washington and Buffalo Grove tied at 51. Let's go to Mitch.
Guys, if you were wondering, the last time we had overtime in a state title game in the Class 2A, 1989, Chicago Marshall beat New Trier 56-50. Enjoy it, boys and girls. Back to you.
All right, of course we had overtime last year in the Class A. Only 3 points for Buffalo Grove, the big three from Lindsey Hammond, 9 points for Washington. Overtime, and Flournoy gets the tip for the Minutewomen. Starters are back in for both teams. Giles over to Ashley Austin. Hill skips it over to Ashley. Austin fires the three. Rebound Vermilio. Guth looking up. This is Hannah. Almost losing it. Guth moving in. Mead who sprained her ankle earlier. And we got a held ball. Possession stays with the Bison. Vermilio had Guth cutting through, but didn't go there.
Sending the guards through, circling through up top and on the bottom of the baseline. Cutting through.
Great. Man to man, player to player, call it what you will, the zone's out.
Well, Washington needs the pressure on the ball and to pressure the perimeter players. Their Hammer tries to create something, gets the ball knocked off. They always have somebody waiting in the wings to take the shot.
Allison Guth, who had the open look at the end of regulation, converts it here. 2:30 to go, Buffalo Grove by 2.
Washington a little too tentative on offense, not really sure what they want to do. Hill now playing on the baseline. Flournoy calling for the ball.
Williams dishes off, and this is Hill. Back to Giles. Ashley fires up the three. Williams loses it. And a timeout called by Guth. She took a shot in the mouth. The official
called a foul and
did call a foul. That's Gaddy had his hand up, but still they're not in the bonus. So the foul before the timeout call. Foul's on Ashley Austin, her second. You see the clock, 1:55. Buffalo Grove lost a 12-point lead. Now they lead by 2. Giles in trouble, and they call timeout. Tom Deneen right there called the time. Takes a quick 20.
Washington really doing the job of denying. One pass away, really all over the floor. Giles doing a nice job. As we said, she's the best defender on their team, but really stopping Piper Mead from getting the basketball. She's the playmaker. She calls the plays on offense and on defense. And Giles is just not letting her get the ball.
All right, if you like high school sports, and who doesn't after something like this, don't forget the best half hour of high school sports action anywhere. It's Preps Plus, Sundays at 11 right here on Fox Sports Net. 1:39 on the clock. We're in overtime. Class AA Girls State Championship. It's been a honey. And I say that in all PC. Buffalo Grove, the 2-point lead. Here's Guth, gets the screen, fires up another.
I don't know if Washington a lot of times switches on screen, but what happened was there was a little miscommunication. Austin stayed with Piper Meach. He probably thought Giles was going on Guth, and Guth just knocks a big shot down.
Hill missing from 3. Buffalo Grove with a minute and ticking.
Swelling calling for motion.
The Buffalo Grove bench is just up in the air, screaming and leaping as Giles commits the foul, her 4th.
But Giles had to take that. She had to try and get the steal.
And it works against Washington. It's still a non-shooting foul.
Right.
Timeout for Willie Bird. Well, if you like this, remember there's more March Madness to come. Tune in to Fox Sports Net on Friday, March 10th. We start complete coverage of the IHSA Boys Class A Tournament from Peoria. Live coverage begins at noon. The quarterfinals will be there. We hope you will be too. And we hope we get the kind of action that we're getting tonight. 54 seconds left to go. It is overtime. The girls class AA championship, Washington, which had a 15-0 run in the 3rd and 4th periods, has been shut out itself for the past 6 minutes. Buffalo Grove, a tough win last night over Fenwick, a team many people thought would win this thing. Washington knocked off Galesburg. Both teams played extremely well tonight. And would you believe that Washington had won a previous game this season by 33 points?
Absolutely not, but you know, this Buffalo Grove team has really evolved to be a true team. And you've seen it tonight. They have to be proud of themselves. There's still a minute left and anything could happen, but they couldn't have played a better game.
4-point lead. 5 seniors on the floor for Buffalo Grove, and Hill commits the foul. Guth will shoot for Leslie, her 4th. And Guth was the person to foul. But the way she's been hitting, Angela Austin, who has been out for a bit, comes in. Pee Wee Connolly comes out, and Vermilio back in. For Guth, 5 here in the overtime.
In one of the press conferences, Deneen said that he really feels that this group of ladies are like his daughters. So it's a really close-knit group. We've got a lot of heart.
6-point ball game.
And if they win this championship.
Last touch by Buffalo Grove. Clock at 33. 2-possession game. Hill to inbound. Hill again has it blocked.
I mean, they can feel it. They can feel it. And all it takes is knowing that you've done it to seal the last few seconds of the game.
Turnover. Buffalo Grove ball.
Conley comes in for the ball handling.
Conley comes in. Both Conleys come in, one for each side, Pee Wee and Dene. And there's a quick foul as Guth will shoot again. Angelina Williams shut out in the second half. 17 points, 8 for 9 shooting in the first 2 quarters. But they've closed her down. He only had 3 shots since.
Yeah, Williams just wasn't able to get in a little bit of a rhythm in the second half. She didn't run the floor a lot with the basketball. They didn't have a lot of transition points. They only got a couple steals in the backcourt to make easy layups. So Washington really was shut down and had to play a half-court game, and Buffalo Grove was able to stay with them when they set up their half-court.
Big free throw made it a 3-possession game. Guth. (58-51), a 7-point game, and the foul committed by Piper Mead. They had one to give. That's only Mead's first foul, but again, just to disrupt the offense. Smart play.
Right.
Lots of three-point power on the floor for Washington. They're going to need it. Hill. And the rebound. 15 seconds, it's over.
Yeah, it's theirs. And Deneen on the sideline.
Take a look at the bench over on the Bison side.
This is the part that you love.
The fans, the bench. It's one of those games you hate to see anyone lose. I know that's right. Both teams played their hearts out tonight. And no one more so than Piper Mead. Tough to pick a player of the game for this one.
We might have to do what we did this afternoon.
Pick them all.
I mean, really, it took them all to do this. And like Deneen said, people thought they weren't going to be here. They believed it, and sometimes that's all it takes. When you believe it, they had the confidence to beat Fenwick. They knew they could do it. And down 33, losing by 33 in the first game,
and they bring in a senior, Tiffany Ma, to play the final seconds for Buffalo Grove.
You have to wonder if there was any doubt at all, but it just doesn't seem like it. They attacked Buffalo Grove from the very beginning.
The final seconds end with a block. How significant, how telling. How great for the Bison. Game effort by that group, but the night belongs to them. Another cliche. You wonder why you play the games? This is why.
All the hard work, all the practices.
Thanks a lot.
Go ahead, Mitch.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Here with the coach. Coach, if I were to tell you that your opponent would go on a 15-0 run in the third and fourth quarter and you'd still win in overtime, would you believe me?
No, I wouldn't. This is unbelievable. I said we get it down to a close game. Little things are going to determine it. These kids are competitors. We've been in these kinds of situations. We built our schedule for this reason. It came down to little things. We executed. We made good decisions. We knocked down the free throws. State champs. Buffalo Grove, that's unbelievable.
So this would be the A rating then?
Oh yeah, we'll give an A tonight.
Congratulations, Coach. Great job. Thank you. Mike, back to you. We'll get some more players.
Okay, Mitch. Pandemonium is here, and we'll be back. Back at Redbird Arena here on the Illinois State campus, site of the girls' Class AA high school basketball championships. And a happy bunch of Bison getting ready for a last roundup here that they're going to enjoy for the rest of their lives. The awards presentation's going on now at center court. Meanwhile, let's check in with Mitch.
Thanks a lot, Mike. Here with Allison Guth and Lindsay Hamma. And Allison, overtime, you score every point. Not bad.
I owed it to my team. I missed that last one.
Lindsay, can you talk about how big those threes were for you? Get your team on a roll early in the third.
I don't know. I missed a couple at the beginning. I just wanted to stick with it. And amazing. They matched me a couple times, but everyone else stepped up and got our lead, increased our lead. It was nice.
How important, knowing what your team's gone through this year, how important is it for you guys to win this?
This is the biggest thing in our lives.
It's our senior year. This is the greatest thing we could have done.
Forward first game, and we are state champs. That's all I have to say.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. I guess you could say they're a bit happy, Mike.
That's wonderful. It's just wonderful. Washington has absolutely nothing to be embarrassed about. They didn't take this team lightly. They played hard. They just got beat by a better club tonight.
Yeah, Buffalo Grove really hustled. They showed a lot of heart. The one thing you can say about them, they execute their game plan to the letter. They really work well together, and they know what they have to do to win the ball games. And like Coach Deneen said, they did the little things, and that gave them the victory.
And even when they were getting blitzed 15-0, they hung in. Meanwhile, the Washington Minute women understandably downcast, but boy, a lot of folks want to change places with them. What a season they've had. Willie Bird, a veteran coach, got to the state Elite Eight 9 years ago. Now he's back, and his team just did beautifully. And what can you say about that team?
Well, they've worked hard all season as well, the last 2 years, really. They knew they wanted to get down here. All they wanted was the shot, and that's what they got today. It didn't happen for them, but they got to their goal of getting to the state final game, and it ended up that Buffalo Grove was the winner tonight, but they have nothing to be ashamed or embarrassed about. Like you said, they played basketball.
Well, it's about a 2.5-hour trip back to BG, but it's going to go very, very quickly.
I live not too far from them. I could probably go home and hear them myself.
Tanya Reed getting her medal. She really came up with an excellent effort in the quarters and the semis. Not much of a factor in the final tonight, though. Well, just to recap, a 12-point lead for Buffalo Grove. 15 straight from Washington. They go to overtime on a three-pointer by Buffalo Grove, and Allison Duth had a look to win it in regulation. It didn't get down, but she came up with 7 points in the OT to more than make up for it. And Washington was shut out from that point forward. Did not score at all in the overtime. Here's Leslie Hill going to Minnesota. A terrific career ahead of her. Not feeling too good right now, but believe me, that will change. Time will heal. It was an incredible effort.
Like we said about Hill, she's a competitor, so she's really going to take this hard. In Minnesota, you know, she's got a lot of work ahead of her to play there, but that's what she wanted to do. That's the decision she made.
And there's
she
Tom
can change
Deneen.
the program.
I'm sorry, Yvonne.
No, it's
Tom
all right.
Deneen and the Bison.
It's an incredible moment.
And you talk about a story. Deneen, his first year, he gets his team downstate, finishes fourth, then doesn't win another playoff game in the Elite Eight for 20 years.
You say he's more than made up for it, right? Said with this group of girls, he'd like nothing better than to win it with these group of girls. They've been together. He's known them. They're like daughters to him. His daughter played for them when they came down here a couple years ago and didn't win the game. She's here to celebrate as well. It's a close-knit group.
Saw the emotion on the face of Piper Mead, who spent 3 games picking up floor burn after floor burn. The real leader of this team. Went out with a sprained ankle in the third quarter, came back. Tank is empty there. She used everything she had. Points tonight for Piper Mead.
Melissa Conley, she did a really nice job as well handling the basketball this evening.
Allison Duth
full of energy.
Jumps up on the stand. There she is. Here's Lindsay Hammer coming up now.
She had a tremendous tournament. She definitely should be on an all-tournament team. She really was the spark for this ball club.
Well, Yvonne, you're with me on this. Call me indecisive. I don't care. I cannot pick an individual player as the Pepsi player of the game.
Yeah.
We've decided we're giving it to the whole bunch. And you might as well throw them in too.
And I thought Ryle had a very nice game this afternoon. She got a little bit of foul trouble this morning. This evening she pulled it out, get a couple key baskets, held her own on rebounding.
4 rebounds, a couple of blocks tonight as well. All 5 seniors started. The subs are seniors. It's a team that really finished with a flourish, and here is the first place trophy.
For Nowicki too, she's hobbling around there and making it in the celebration, but she worked so hard all season and go down at the end and not be able to fully participate in that. Would be very hard, but she's very supportive of her teammates.
Going to be a wild day in school on Monday.
We're going to have a pep rally. We love that. Ready to get the fire engine going?
All right, the celebration continues. We'll take a pause. We'll be back to wrap things up after this. Everybody's gone loco here, Buffalo Grove. Our Pepsi players of the game, the whole gang. The Bison from Buffalo Grove, its first state championship for the school. Very quickly, the points. Piper Mead with 14, Lindsay Hammer 15, Allison Guth with those big 11, 7 in the overtime. What can you say?
You can say that this was a truly team effort. They did an outstanding job. Execution was there, defense was there, holding their own on the boards. They really couldn't have scripted this or expected anything more from this ball club.
And when you look at what high school sports are supposed to mean, what happens, what goes down in this day and age where everyone is cynical,
right.
Not tonight, folks.
You know what, it means that if you believe hard enough, you dream it, you can live it, and that's exactly what Buffalo Grove did. They thought they would get here. They had some obstacles to get through. They beat them. Fenwick, who everybody thought was going to come down here and win, and they're here, and they are the state champion. No one can take that away from them.
And what an effort by Washington as well. Our hats go off to them if we had hats. They played an outstanding tournament too, and we hope you enjoyed it. March Madness will continue next week. The boys tournament starts. We'll be here to bring them all to you right on Fox Sports Net. So for my partners, Yvonne Simmons and Mitch Robinson, and our entire crew, I'm Mike Lederman saying so long from Redbird Arena, where Buffalo Grove is the girls' Class AA 2000 state champion with their 60-51 overtime victory. Coming up next is Fox Sports News. You've been watching live coverage of IHSA girls AA basketball on Fox Sports Net. So long, everybody.